guys, and welcome back to the Gamersophist. I'm Flying Ninja Dragon Fury, and today marks a special day. This is day 31 in my experience of Watcher of Realms. That means I have been playing for a month. I have been playing avidly, I assure you. And I thought now was the time to weigh in and kind of give my honest review. So today we're going to have a look at that. We're going to see what we think about the game, what are the goods, what are the bads, what are the in-betweens. And while we're doing that, we'll show you some fun videos on the way. So, first of all, I want to start with the story, because the story was pretty intriguingly bland at the beginning. Undead commander comes back to life, evil forces in the east, needs to go out and beat them so he can regain his own power or memories, or, well, you see how memorable it is. The funny thing, though, is after chapter 4, they just kind of give up on the story, and there really isn't any more. Like, at the beginning, there's like a couple of cutscenes, and then there's just kind of text, and then at the end of chapters, you get a little, and then it just stops. And I actually, beat the game. Well, I beat it on normal, and there was absolutely nothing. There's no ending, there's no nothing, so first of all, gotta warn you, spoiler alert, if you're in this for the story, get the heck out, play a different game, okay? Because there is nothing here. So what does this game have? Well, I have to tell you, this game is one of those cool genre blending games. And if you think that's a cheesy thing, you are wrong, because genre blending is what brought greats like Jagged Alliance, and what brought greats like, wait for it, Grand Theft Auto. Have you ever heard of that game before? Yeah. That would not exist if people didn't go and take a risk and try and blend different game styles into one. And they have done that here with Moonton. Though I heard maybe it's a slight, rip adaptation of some other game called Arknights. Anyway, I didn't go ahead and say that. But anyway, the reality is that this game is executed very well, okay? You have the gacha element where you do random summons, right? And you try and get different heroes and stuff. But then you have a rich system where you can upgrade them in lots of cool different ways. It is a pity that there isn't a lot of variation in the upgrades, as I've said before, but you know what? There is a robust gear system where you can go in and farm different stuff, and there's even artifacts, so you can definitely customize your guys to your likings. Just don't think that you're able to move the skills around and stuff, because you're not. Anyway, though, still really cool stuff. Speaking of raiding, there's a whole bunch of different raids that you can do, and interesting thing with this is that you kind of do your thing to beat the raid for the first time. If you beat it perfect, then you can unlock an auto fight, and then when you go ahead and you do it in the future, well, you can just sit back and relax. So that's what we're going to do here. So a really interesting thing about this game, I find, is it's a real blend of the gacha level up style and puzzle, because yeah, if you spend a lot of time, you can muscle your way through and you can brute force your way through just about everything in this game, but most of the times you really have to kind of think about it, right? So this is an auto fight, which is a capture of a previous one that I've done, and I had to go through this a few times. I need to figure out not so much how to win, but how to win without any of the enemies crossing my blue little crystal there, and it took a few goes. You got to make sure you're placing your heroes correctly, and you can always restart. That's cool stuff. But it's cool, I find that I'm using my brain in a game where, for the most part, I'm just craving bigger numbers. And you know what? As an avid RPG player, I love big numbers, so they really got me there. Another thing is this game pay to win? Hell yes, it is. You can pay for anything you want in this game. It is ridiculously overpriced, but you can become the coolest kid on the block if you drop $80,000. Having said that, I have not spent a single penny in this game, and I really don't feel like I'm falling behind. So this seems to be really free-to-play friendly. I have heard that the big difference is I get less summons than other people. If you pay, you tend to get more characters. But you know, I'm really a quality over quantity kind of guy. And here, so we did this raid, so we got this piece of gear. What did we get? So you have random stats applied to the stuff, and then they have kind of a set, and you put like pieces together, and you get a cool set bonus. This is the beginning of your life. Like, you will be farming gear until the end of time. I talk to people on forums, and they're like 500 hours into the game, and they're still grinding gear. The good thing, though, is that when you get a great piece of gear, it is not exclusive to one character. You have it forever, and eventually you will build up a vault of awesome gear, and you can basically just equip anybody and make everything go really awesome. Now, last thing I wanted to talk about here was the PvP, because I was really interested in that. One thing, as of now, there is a guild war coming, but it is not available yet, as we can see. But it is up on the test servers, and I've taken a look at it, and it's really crazy. You actually, like, organize waves of enemies, and then the other people have defense teams. So it's totally like flipping the whole game on its head, which is cool, you know, it's keeping it fresh. So yeah, last thing I want to talk about was PvP. I'm probably going to get absolutely stomped here, so so, you know, kudos to me on that. But again, like, we have this puzzle aspect. You kind of figure out what you want to do, and you can either run it manually or you can put it into auto fight. And it seems like the auto fight is pretty intelligent about when to use the ultimates, where to place the people, but it's actually a copy of a match that you've done before. So it'll place the same characters in the same positions at the same times that you did. See? Got Brienne going down there. And for the most part, it will use the ultimates at the same time too. I mean, one thing I've noticed is, like, if you're really wanting to be serious about the arena, you should never auto-fight this, because you always want to have full control. You want to be able to drop your ultimates when you can and adapt to the enemy situation. So there, I lost that round because after the time limit, I killed less. So see, it dings my base there. And so the enemies are coming in and attacking the bases. And then when you win a round, it turns the enemies into these blood soul stones that'll hit the enemy's base pretty hard. Now, hopefully I win this round. No, I don't, because I'm a total noob. But yeah, that's it. Again, it's a puzzle. You try and figure out which rounds you can win. You try and maximize that. And you just build a strategy around it. And, you know, it seems like there's, you know, 2 or 3 different styles for each configuration of the raids, which means you got like a rock, paper, scissors aspect going, which we know is all good for PvP. So, seriously, really good job here. Oh my god, I actually won that round. Like, I think, you know, maybe this is not the best thing in the world, but it's definitely fun. I definitely feel like I'm coming back to it, so it's engaging me. And there's cool tricks that you can do. So hey, what else do you want? I am so stomped right here. Let's see if I can win. No, absolutely not. But it doesn't matter, because even when you lose, you get cool guild coins. There is a ranking system that kind of seems more like a ladder, but you know, so I'm in platinum, which is, I guess, crazy. There is one more rank after that. But really, like, good job all over the place. So you got PvE, you got PvP. Despite the story sucking, it is very long. You have 8 chapters with typically 14 levels per chapter. They're varied. There's lots of different enemy types. So, in summary, what do? Story's terrible. Gameplay is great. PvP is fun. Advancement potential, excellent. Time waster, 100%. Pay to win, but still viable for free to play. I would go ahead and I would give this game a 10 out of 10. I don't know what kind of stock that has, but really, I have not been playing this game for 2 hours. I have not been playing this game for 1 week. I have not been getting paid by any developer to say that this game is good. I've been playing for 1 month on a free-to-play. I've been totally addicted to this game. I'm having a great time, and that's why it gets my 10. And that is all I have to say. So, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope I helped you make a decision on whether to play or not. And heck, man, it's free to play. Just install it, try it, it's good. And in the meantime, keep making those 180 IQ plays, because that's what Dante would do if he was a gamer. Take care, everyone.